अरे तो कैसे हो बहन भाइयों? Today we got 9 stories at our hands, and don't trip homie, I really did change the language there. Got a lot of sauce today. We got news about Uncharted 5. I want to talk about it. There's some good news, there's some bad news. We got news about PS5, Xbox. We got news about Cyberpunk. We got news about Call of Duty, and we also have news about that scalper group. And one of the member came out, and that member is saying, yo, this whole group is built upon capping, and they're capping. And I'm like, hey, I hope all of this is capped, because you know what, they're sucking their own schlong right now. And they're like, hey, we captured 3500 console, yeah, we got 2000 Xbox Series X to resell, we made $2 million of profit. One of their members saying they are capping. So you know what, bring your cap meters here, buckos, and let's just get right into it. Shout out to every single one of you for 1100 likes on the last video. If an alpha chat like you is new here, I cover all the big gaming news, so subscribe mardo. And our first story is actually about Xbox, and this is probably the strangest news I ever heard. We're hearing that Xbox Series X controller is hurting some boomer gamer hands. And first off, I gotta say this, mister, cut the cap, okay? And here's the thing, man, I want to pass this torch. If you play on a Soulja Boy console, obviously you're not valid to respond on the situation, so don't try, you stud muffin. But if you play on Xbox Series X, do you think this is cap or no cap? Because we're hearing this. Twins Finite's Chris Jacks details how the new Xbox Series X controller size, or smaller size, I mean that's what she said, causes a strained hand feeling after an hour or so of gaming.
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.
I personally think this is cap, but you know what, just to insert another meme here, you know, coming in at our number 8 spot, PS5 sold by man's wife after she discovered it wasn't an air purifier. And I was probably one of the first to report on this story just the other day, and now it's like more and more articles are picking up on the story, because the story is hilarious, right? Like, there was a Taiwanese man, he actually got a Sony Pony console, and he told his wife, yo, that's an air purifier, you're gonna be breathing very good, it's gonna say bye-bye to the Roni situation, you're never gonna catch the Roni, okay? I'm exaggerating out here, but you know, you get the point, right? He was trying to kind of like milk it up, he was saucing it up, and he wanted to actually fire dopamine by doing Easter eggs with the wifey, and then the wifey find out that, hey, he's capping, right? Like, he wanna get a dopamine shot by not doing Easter eggs with me, but by actually playing that Sony Pony console. So the wife fucking sold that Sony console, and really it do be like this, where we're hearing that Xbox Series X is hurting people's hands, and then, you know, wifeys out there selling their husbands Sony Pony console. Like, 2020 is a movie, dog. And then we're hearing this. I mean, hide your kids, put your wives to beds, or I should say, put your kids to beds, hide your wives, because now we're hearing that PS5 scalper group claims 2,000 new purchases, and I really need your cap meters out here, okay? And says it's finding it easy to obtain consoles. They told VGC, you know what, they were sucking their own schlong. And first off, they said that they have secured 3,500 PS5 consoles. A lot of people were sus, but I was like, okay, maybe they did, you know, like, I'm seeing nobody get PS5. It's getting pretty hard to secure a PS5 console. And then they came out and they said that, yo, they secure 1,000 Xbox Series X consoles. Then they say, hey, we've done it again, and they told VGC, their group is called Crap Chief Notify, and their members have secured another 2,000 consoles in the past 48 hours. And they said that, hey man, our members are finding it easy to buy these consoles. So as you guys can see, they're doing helicopters with their willies, they're boasting about it. And then a member from the group came out, and he says that, quote, he or she, I don't want to assume genders, I mean dad, says that, quote, I can tell you for a fact that they straight up capped about their Xbox success today. Either that, or they are assuming at least 50% of the members managed to buy a console, because the group told VGC that their subscriber have captured 200 consoles split between PS5 and Xbox Series X. So this guy out here who has been talking about this whole situation, I gotta say, this is a tier 100 Chad amongst humanity. You know what, I'm gonna give it to, I mean, salute, I mean, respect, you know. I like sitting on the sidelines. I mean, I talked about this meme yesterday, and I'm gonna bring it up because, you know what, I love taking notes. I love taking notes from the Chad masters out there. And either this member is capping, or he's like undercover and he's like, you know what, let's actually ruin this group's reputation. And if that's the case, hey man, you're a pog master, okay? Like, let me keep a $150. So my point here is that I detect cap here. I would say that there's about 90% of cap in this situation, but what's your cap meter say? But we're also hearing that Cyberpunk 2077 PS5 and PS4 preload time has been revealed, and it's gonna start on December 8th. Yo, that is kind of late. Of course, you will be fine, I will be fine, but what about those stud muffins that got 1 megabyte per download speed, right? What about them? Because we're also hearing this. Cyberpunk 2077 pre-launch console patch is massive. I mean, that's what she said, but it's not the update you think it is. And you know what? Like, we have a homie around the streets, Dreamcast guy. He said that Cyberpunk 2077 update is gonna be 43.5 gigs, and I've even seen a homie from the Sony Pony console, and he was actually having like a 50 gigabytes of download. I mean, I don't know what's happening. And then Fabian, straight from CDPR, he says that it's an update but fun twist, not the update we'll have for launch, and that got people sus. Okay, like, people are not sure like what's going on out here, because some of the homies are assuming that, hey, we're not just gonna have this 46 gigabytes of update, we're also gonna be having another one of those updates on top of that. Not sure what's gonna happen. I'm hoping that, you know what, we have another update that's like 2 gigabytes, maybe 200 kilobytes or something like that. But seriously, man, jokes aside, Cyberpunk is gonna be a massive game, right? So if this game is gonna end up being like 100 gigs or something, I think that's perfectly fine, at least in my expertise. Like, that's kind of like what my stud muffin mind is saying right now, and I want to know what your stud muffin mind says too here, because, you know, you look at games that come out every single year like Call of Duty. I mean, I love Call of Duty like dab, but here's the thing, right? These are facts. Call of Duty comes out every single year, and Call of Duty is like 200 gigs, 300 gigs, and you know what, got only 8 multiplayer maps, 1 zombie map. I mean, what's happening? You know, 200 gigs, right? You install Warzone, you install Modern Warfare, Black Ops, and your SSD is gone. I mean, this is an accurate representation of Call of Duty games in 2020. It's a fat boy, okay? They do be eating a lot of calories, and in this case, they do be eating a lot of gigabytes, right? And if this is really true, we're gonna be getting like 2 updates or something for Cyberpunk on day 1. I would definitely have to delete at least one of the Call of Duty games, man. This is sad, man. We need more space. But on the other hand, we're also hearing that Sony's long-awaited Metal Gear Solid movie cast Oscar Isaac is gonna be doing the Solid Snake thing. And personally, I never really played Metal Gear Solid game. Yes, go all out on me, okay? But here's the thing, man. I'm also not sure about this actor, so go all out on me once again, buckos. But here's the thing, dog. I haven't seen anybody being mad about the situation, so I think this is a good news, because normally whenever you hop on Twitter, you see small PP gang members out there, you know, like they're always big mad out here, and this time I haven't seen anybody being mad about the situation. So I think this is a good news, because normally if people were mad, we would have already found that out. I'm pretty sure some people would still be mad about this, but by the looks of it, people did get along. Next up, we're hearing about Uncharted 5, and this information is coming from Roberto Serrano. In order to like to say he got a shaitano wali hasi, like, look at that, he's laughing pretty hard, okay? I love seeing that. Says that the next Uncharted title should come out in time of the release of Uncharted movie, like the Metal Gear Solid remake should come out in time of Metal Gear Solid movie. That's it. And he just says 2022 and 2023. And of course, this man has capped in the past. Some of his leaks were true and some of the leaks were wrong, so obviously do not let your dogs out. I'm a massive Uncharted fan, and I'm really hoping this is true. And another story here, this is related to that Uncharted development studio, what we think they're making Uncharted, and this happened just a couple of days ago, where we heard that Sony's secret San Diego studio probably hasn't closed. So that's a good news. I mean, duh. And this news came from John Batista. He was in fact working at that secret Sony San Diego studio back in November. He said that last day at Sony San Diego, it was a crazy ride and an amazing company, but things just didn't work out this time. And he kind of left the studio, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna become a YouTuber here. Yeah, I'm gonna be working on YouTube series. Hey, you know, go at that hard, my man. And this made people sus, and I guess rightfully so. And he replied just a couple of days ago, and he responded on the fact that, just to clarify, I made the decision to move on due to my own personal circumstances. The studio is still there and the project is still ongoing. And according to leaks and rumors, this studio is working on Uncharted 5. And officially, this studio has said that they're working on a AAA title that is a third-person action game, and Uncharted does fall in that. But of course, it's still a rumor, right? So don't let your dogs out. But speaking of Call of Duty, you guys can see, like, people are going hard. Like, I even seen a home homie from the streets. You know what? Bry guy. He's a homie from the streets. He's a fellow stud muffin, and he's falling asleep. He's like, here we go again. Got 57 likes. Even I smashed a like button, you know? And we got a homie, another stud muffin out here. He's pretty hype, you know? He's doing helicopters with his willies, and he's getting a kick of dopamine right now, and only ended up receiving 3 likes. So that kind of shows you the situation. Our streets are crying, yo. Like, look at that. People crying. People falling asleep out here. I mean, what is this, man? What is, tell me this is cap. Look at that. A homie was actually sleeping huge because of the fact that, and we're gonna get back to this woman as well. I mean, if that's a real picture, she do be looking like a snack. No disrespect. I'm complimenting, okay? This is a compliment from a fellow stud muffin, and this is what we're hearing. The season 1 teasers begin soon. We received this new package from Activision, and Treyarch has our radio codes and more. Transmission set for 7 a.m. Pacific tomorrow, so there will be another stream tomorrow, and right now, like, we're looking at all this boomer stuff, and nobody's kind of excited. Like, Sammy says this, nobody cares. Ow. But listen, dog, I don't want to come off negative. I'm really excited for season 1, okay? I think this is gonna be a massive update. The thing here is that I want teasers. I really want the reveals and whatnot. But of course, right now, a lot of people are thinking that it's gonna be similar to Pontic's Pawn website. And if that's the case, yo, that is just not enjoyable. That's just not for me. So personally hoping that they market this game in a new way. As you guys can see, Sammy was like, hey, nobody cares. Put more care into your actual game being fun and working. And then Charlie was like, hey, marketing for a game and developing a game are 2 different teams, but go off. So the homie did say go off. Yo, I love seeing that, and people just not stopping. This is 2020 is a whole movie, ladies and gentlemen. But hey, whatever happens, I'm gonna keep all of you stud muffins in the loop. So like and subscribe, share your expertise, check out any of the videos on the screen. You're gonna get a kick of dopamine, and I will see you right there.